Hey guys, so if you follow me on Instagram, I shared with you the other day that somebody on Instagram, one of my very sweet subscribers and viewers for a long time, Lori, sent me an article in the New York Post about some of the best, or the best in this editor's opinion, the best drugstore makeup. I didn't have any of these things, and I really haven't purchased new makeup or felt the need to go buy new makeup in quite a while, even at Sephora. I just have really been enjoying my collection that I have. I just posted my updated collection so you can see it. I just love the products that I have, and I use the products that I have. Haven't really ever felt the need to sway or try new. Some of the things are so holy grail to me that it's gonna be hard to even wanna try these new products, but the article inspired me. It got me excited. It felt like I was back in the old YouTube days where everybody would go crazy for this one product, and we would scour the stores and go store to store to store to find everything, and I felt like that. So it was really fun. So some of the products that I'm gonna share with you are Wet n Wild for foundation. This is the Photo Focus foundation. I'm gonna link the article so you can see why these were rated or why these are said to be some of the best products, but this is the foundation that I'm going to be using. This Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. The concealer is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. Highlight is also by Wet n Wild, the Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. I could not find the blushes. I don't know if Maybelline pulled them from the shelves, but I literally went to 4 different drugstores and Walmart, and I couldn't find the Dream Bouncy blushes anywhere. So if you guys know what's going on with that. So I'm gonna use some blushes from Pixi just to keep it drugstore related. And then for brows, I really was excited to try this. When GimMe Brow went away, a lot of you guys had said that Essence makes a very similar product. This is their Make Me Brow. It's $2.99, so I'm gonna use that in this video as well. Here's like a hot mess. Okay, so starting out, let's just see how this all goes. So I am using my Makeup Forever primer because all of my primers that I have are considered high-end. They're all found at Sephora. I don't really have a drugstore one to try. So I'm gonna just use the one that I use daily. This is the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer, and just so you know, all I have on my face is my Dr. Jart Color Correcting Treatment for my SPF and the Total Eye by Color Science. So, I don't know what this is. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell, but I have this blue line under my eye. It's always been there, but I feel like ever since I got some sun in Mexico, it's very obvious that it's there. So I've actually been using some orange concealer to correct. This is by LA Girl. They're Pro Conceal, and I actually scooped this up on Amazon a couple months ago. And this is just like my everyday, what I do to try to mask that blue. So I cover it and I blend, and then I just kind of, and then this just neutralizes the blue, and then I go over with foundation and concealer. So, all right, so foundation. You guys know I love the smooth camo. Lately, I'd say for the past several months, every time I am wearing makeup in videos and on Instagram stories, I get asked what I'm doing about my skin. My skin looks flawless. It's always the Dermablend Smooth Camo. So this is hard. This is hard to want to try a different one, but I'm excited. So this is, like I said, Wet n Wild's Photo Focus Foundation. I got it in the shade Golden Beige. It's really hard to tell in the store what shade foundation you are. I do like the applicator. It's kind of like a flat plastic doe foot applicator, kind of like a spatula. So let's just put some dots on the face, and we'll see. When I shared on Instagram about this foundation, several people said that they love this foundation. This is a Sephora 47 brush, that they love this foundation, that it's their holy grail, that they can't believe more people don't talk about it. So I am excited. It looks like the color is a pretty good match. Some of them were too pink tone, some of them were too neutral. This one's a warm, I think. Yeah, this is a medium warm. I almost grabbed the medium neutral, but it was too tan. And I desperately need a brow wax. So I'll just have to ignore that. So far, so good. This is covering actually really well. I'm slightly impressed at the moment. And this is the same brush I always use and the same technique. It's not a technique, the same way I apply it. I just pat it in instead of painting. Just like a weird angle, but I needed space. Okay, so concealer. Let me take this wrapper off. In the article, it said that there was 20 shades of this concealer, but in the store, I only found like 4. So I got the shade 6. I don't know. Tarte Shape Tape is my jam, and I don't ever want to try another concealer again. So this is saying a lot. Tarte Shape Tape comes out, the applicator is much thicker. I feel like I really have to, I think this might be a good match. This was the lightest I could find without it being like for fair skin. Hopefully I remember it later. I'm gonna check in with you guys and just let you know how it wore throughout the day, maybe before I take my makeup off, because that's the ultimate test, just see how it wears. When I put my makeup on, my Derma Blend and my Shape Tape, it doesn't budge. And that's what I love about it. But I have to say, I do like this concealer. Blended in like seamlessly. I'm gonna just bring it down a little bit. I feel like the perfect amount of product comes out on the applicator with Shape Tape, but here it's so thin, the doe foot applicator, that I just need to make the area a little bit wider. But it is blending really nicely. And it's bright under there. That's pretty good. Okay. So setting powder, I didn't see any powders listed in that article, so I'm just using my Laura Mercier. This is also a staple, my everyday. I would be lost without it. And I bake pretty much my whole face, but especially the concealer. And then just like the areas that I typically find the foundation to wear. So like my T-zone, where I have my nice large pores, and then where I put a little bit extra foundation because of my acne scars that I cover. So and then I just take whatever's left and I go on my chin. I'm gonna get this bronzer going while that is sitting on my face. Oh my God, is it supposed to smell that good? Like, I don't even have it out yet and I smell it. It smells like the beach. This is pretty expensive for a drugstore bronzer, but again, just like with the foundation, a lot of people messaged me and said that they've been using this bronzer for years and I'm never gonna wanna try anything else. Holy cow, this smells good. Oh my God. I don't know what's better, this or the Chocolate Soleil. The Chocolate Soleil bronzer by Too Faced is usually the one that I use on a daily basis, this one. And this one smells like chocolate. But I think I like this one better. It literally smells like banana boat sunscreen or the beach. Before I do bronzer, I'm gonna just swipe off this powder. All right, so, oh my gosh, this smells good. So I got this in the shade deep bronzer. They had it in a couple different shades. And I'm gonna use my old Sigma brush, the F92. I don't think they actually make this anymore, but you're not missing out. I don't love this brush for bronzer. It's not super, it's not super dark. I would expect deep bronzer to be like NARS Casino. This is not that deep. It's a very pretty color. And one thing that I don't like about this brush is I feel like it sometimes applies it streaky, but this bronzer is going on so smoothly. It's nice. It smells really good. And the packaging is so cute. That's pretty good. My blush, this is the Pixie Glowy Powder in Rome Rose. I actually wore this on my wedding day. That's how good it is. Old MAC 129. Sweep it back. And then highlighter is the Wet n Wild. I gotta get this sticker off. And they had this in a few different shades, but I picked the Precious Petals. It kind of looks a little rose gold. I didn't want to get the gold one because I have so many gold ones, and the champagne one looked too sparkly. So I went with this one, which is kind of like a coppery rose gold. They also had like a tan one. This is pretty. All right, so I'm using my Anastasia brow brush. Brow? No, Michelle, highlight brush. I'm gonna go slow because I don't know how much pigment this is gonna give off. That is beautiful. Wow. Makes me wanna like use it all over, but I'm not gonna get crazy here. That's really pretty. Oh my goodness. And it definitely, on the skin, reads more champagne than rose gold. I could see why people like this. It's awesome. Is that everything? Okay, and then brows. This is the Essence Make Me Brow. I ordered it on Ulta's website. It's exactly like the little GimMe Brow applicator, the little baby guy. And I have it in number 2, Brownie Brows. With the GimMe Brow, which I do have now because it came back, I use shade 5. This seems like it's a little bit darker, but it's not crazy dark, but it's a little bit darker than the GimMe Brow. Seems like the formula is a little bit more liquidy, if that makes sense. But it's doing a good job filling in those little sparse areas that I need covered. See, I feel like it went on really dark, like right here, but it's going even everywhere else. So I'm gonna just wipe some, yeah, it's like very liquidy, very, very liquidy. I'm not used to that with the GimMe Brow. So I just wiped some off so that I could comb through this. And I'm like wiping and wiping, and a lot of product is coming off. So I almost want to take like a dry spoolie and just run it through. brow, it did fine, but that was like really wet. There, that's better. Yeah, that just took off like a crap ton of product. Okay, so I still like the GimMe Brow better. In lips, I don't really have any drugstore lip products. The one that was recommended in the article was by Maybelline, but I really just didn't want to buy another lipstick that I don't wear and won't need, so I'm gonna just use another one by Pixi. This is Rose Natural. It's a really pretty, like mauvey brown. And the formula is matte. Sent me this new gloss that they did a collaboration with. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of this over it. It's really, really pretty. Like champagne rose gold. Almost looks like it has holographic glitter in it. That is it. That is it for my drugstore little first impressions try. I, right off the bat, can tell you that my skin looks the same as when I use my favorite one by Dermablend. So we'll see how it wears. That will be the true test. The bronzer I love and can really understand why it's so hyped in the beauty world. And the highlighter, I am blown away. Blown away, like how the payoff was and how cheap. I have lash extensions, so I don't typically do anything to my eyes or eyelashes, but I'm just running a little bit of Clinique's bottom brow or bottom lash, not bottom brow, mascara, just so that these don't get lost. I've heard Pixi also makes a bottom lash mascara, so it's probably cheaper than the one from Clinique. So far so good. We will see how it wears. I'm gonna check back in with you. I don't know if I'll check back in throughout the day or just at the end of the night before I go to take my makeup off. At the end of the night when I go to take off my everyday makeup, my Dermablend, my Shape Tape, I have to scrub my face, and my skin still looks as good as it does when I first apply everything. So it'll be interesting to see. I am very impressed and I feel very inspired again and excited about makeup. I really love this bronzer. I love the packaging. I love how it smells. I can't believe I smelled it like as soon as I took it out of the box. And I have to say this foundation, how much was this foundation anyway? I have my receipt right here. The foundation was $6.29. The highlighter was $5.29 and the foundation and the bronzer was $14.99. And I got a whole bunch of extra bucks too, which was pretty awesome. If you guys, oh, and the NYX concealer was $5. And I can tell you right away that I think that it looks good, but not as good as my Shape Tape. That is something that with the Shape Tape, it looks brighter. I can see it starting to crack a little bit with my fine lines, which does not happen with Shape Tape. I have a lot of little lines under my eyes and I can see it's already settling in. But around the other area where it's just delicate skin, it looks fine. But one of the things I love about the Shape Tape is the fact that it doesn't settle in those fine lines. So that's kind of a bummer, but not saying this is an awful concealer. We'll see how it wears. Okay guys, I wanted to just check in with you. It is 10:33 at night. I'm about to take my makeup off and I know the lighting in here is really bad. It's obviously dark and I don't have my ring light, but I think and I hope that you can still see how my face looks. I'm gonna get up close. To put it lightly, I am blown away by this foundation. It has held up so unbelievably well. I literally, it looks like I honestly can't tell the difference. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference with how my face looks right now, whether I use the Wet n Wild or my Smooth Camo by Dermablend. It still looks amazing. I mean, I do have a little bit of wearing here, but I mean, even the bronzer held up really, really well. The concealer, it did continue to crack just kind of like the line kind of deepened from where I said earlier, like when I first put it on. But other than that, it hasn't caked or cracked anymore. And it's still bright under there, but not as bright as the Shape Tape. The Shape Tape definitely holds its brightness. So I still think the concealer is decent for $5, but doesn't compare to Shape Tape. The foundation, however, I will definitely continue to use it and alternate between the Derma Blend and this one because I honestly can't tell the difference. My skin still looks perfect. I wish you could see in better lighting, but just take my word for it. I wouldn't lie to you or sugarcoat it. But for $6.29, I mean, I'm very impressed. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys will give this foundation a try. If you do, I would love to hear what you think. Oh, the highlight looks like it has worn off a little bit. Still got a little traces of it, but the bronzer and the foundation are amazing. I still think the highlight's good. I just don't think it wore as long as the foundation, but I don't need a highlighter at 10:30 at night. My skin, however, still looks perfectly flawless. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.